Hello, madam. For today, we'll be presenting about our topic, which is artists versus algorithms, examining the debate surrounding AI in the art world. This is the topic we did for our poster, and we are Group 1 with members of Prisha, Karishma, Taufik, Kenneth, and me, Chi Xiang. So, for our topic in assignment, this project, we had to do a survey, we had to prepare a questionnaire, and then we sent this questionnaire out to 31 respondents, and we've collected all the data, and we prepared charts, pie charts, bar charts, and we analyzed all of these so we can create this project.
Okay, so as for the background, artificial intelligent art is any artwork, particularly images and musical compositions created through the use of artificial intelligence AI programs. AI art differs from digital art in that it uses generative algorithms and deep learning techniques that can create art on their own without the need of direct human input. Next one is the use of AI in art has sparked concerns about authenticity, creativity, and ownership. Artists reject AI due to the fact that AI-generated art could produce vast amounts of material rapidly and effectively.
All right, I'll be explaining further on the reasonings for choosing this topic. So, as for the first point, recently AI art has gained popularity in social media, so we decided to research the subject to see what people think about the usage of AI in the art, their thoughts on the ethicality on this technology, and their level of understanding about this topic. As we know, art is the purest expression of human creativity and originality. We have always believed that it is something that is inherently human. No other living being on earth is capable of making art. It perfectly expresses our deepest feelings, passions, and thoughts. AI, on the other hand, is emotionless. It is purely scientific and it's supported by big data, machine learning, and algorithms. Surprisingly, artificial intelligence has long been used in the production of artistic creations. As AI art has advanced, its capabilities have been applied to produce artwork that is more realistic and natural. So, without a doubt, AI based tools are significantly changing the art industry. For instance, they enable artists to produce works that are more elaborate and complicated than before. Additionally, they support the experimentation of artists with novel approaches and methods, and new forms of art are also being produced using AI techniques. Next point is AI is being used by certain artists to produce wholly arbitrary and unforeseen works. This gives artists a completely new avenue for expression. AI art is used by non artists as well, particularly to make their own images and create visually appealing images. However, many of them do not fully understand how AI works or the advantages and disadvantages of using it because, for the first time, traditionally human capabilities can be undertaken in software inexpensively and at scale. The last point is the lack of knowledge towards this knowledge could also lead to the misuse of AI generated art, as generating AI art involves taking existing art to create new art, causing ethical issues in the art world if this process is not being understood properly. Because of that, it is important for people to have enough knowledge about AI art since everyone has been used and seen AI art in their lives. Next, I will be explaining on the finding and analysis. So as for the first question, it was, what is your age? So as you can see from the chart, the bar chart shows the age of the respondents. Generally, most respondents are in the age group of 21 to 23 years old, which is 20 people. Next, the age group that has most respondents is 21 to 23 years old, while the age group with the least respondents is under 18 years old, which is one participant. In conclusion, most respondents are in the age group of 21 to 23 years old. Moving on to the next question was, what is the respondent's gender? So this bar chart shows the gender of the respondents. In general, most respondents are male, which is 16 participants. There are slightly more male respondents than female respondents, which is 14%. In conclusion, most respondents are male. The third question was, which faculty are you from? So this pie chart shows the distribution of respondents' faculty. In general, most respondents are from FISE, which is 14 participants. The majority of respondents are from FISE, followed by FPMP, which is 13 participants. The other faculty, IMS, SAS, and SHCA, has fewer respondents at 1, 2, and 1 respectively. In conclusion, most respondents are from FISE. Okay, as for the fourth question, we asked, what is your current employment status? So the pie chart shows the employment status of respondents. In general, most respondents indicated that they are students of 28 participants. So the majority of the respondents are currently students who there are 3 respondents who are part-time job. In conclusion, most respondents indicated that they are students.
Okay, so for the fifth question, which is where do you live based on city? Most of the respondents live in the Klang Valley area and the wider Selangor state, which includes cities like Shah Alam, Klang, Kuala Lumpur, Puchong, Kuala Langat, Cyberjaya, and Petaling Jaya. Only 2 respondents reside outside of the state of Selangor, which is Kulim Kedah and Kuala Terengganu. So the highest will be Shah Alam, which is 12 respondents, and Klang, which is 7 respondents. Okay, so the next question is, are you a designer, hobby artist, or none? Okay, an overwhelming majority of the respondents do not identify as being a designer or a hobby artist, while 2 respondents identify themselves as a designer and 3 respondents identify themselves as a hobby artist. In conclusion, most respondents do not identify as being a designer or a hobby artist. Okay, the seventh question is, have you used AI to create images before? Out of total 31 respondents, 18 respondents have not used AI to create images before, while slightly fewer respondents, which is 13 respondents, have used AI to create images. In conclusion, a majority of the respondents have not used AI to create images before. So the next question is, do you like AI generated art? A majority of the respondents like AI-generated art, with 10 respondents strongly agreeing to the statement and 5 respondents agreeing with it. On the other hand, 6 respondents disagree with the statement, with 5 strongly disagreeing with it. A sizable portion of the respondents have no strong feeling about AI art. In conclusion, most respondents like AI-generated art, with 10 and 5 respondents strongly agreeing to the question respectively.
Moving on to question 9, which is respondents' interest into attending an art exhibition featuring only AI-generated art. Most respondents are interested in attending AI art exhibit, with 18 agreeing to the statement and 3 strongly agreeing to the statement. 6 respondents were neutral on this issue and 4 respondents strongly disagree with the statement. This answer shows that most respondents are interested in attending such exhibits. Next question. Moving on to question 10, which is respondents' opinion on the AI-generated image matching the prompt. The pie chart shows the respondents' opinion of an AI-generated image. In general, a plurality of respondents agrees with the image and the prompt required to generate it, with 13 agreeing with it and 1 strongly agreeing with it. A plurality of respondents agrees with the image and the prompt required to generate it, with 13 agreeing with it and 1 strongly agreeing with it. The second highest response was neutral, followed by 7 respondents who disagreed, with 4 disagree with it and 3 strongly disagree with it. In conclusion, a plurality of respondents agrees with the image and the prompt required to generate it, with 13 agreeing with it and 1 strongly agreeing with it. Next question, we're moving on to the respondents' opinion on an AI images prompt. The pie chart shows the respondents' opinion on an AI-generated image. In general, opinions on the AI art are mixed, with 11 respondents having no strong feelings about it and another 11 agreeing to the statement. Further analysis on the pie chart reveals the opinions of the AI-generated art is mixed. Only 8 respondents dislike the AI art, with 5 disagreeing with it and another 3 strongly disagreeing with it. This answer shows that opinions on AI art are mixed, with 11 respondents having no strong feelings about it and 11 agreeing with the statement. Moving on to question 12. So moving on to the next question, which is the respondents' opinion on whether the provided images fits together. So the bar chart shows the opinion of respondents on the AI artworks from the previous 2 questions. In general, most respondents agree with the question, with 14 agreeing and 2 strongly agreeing to the statement. Further analysis reveals that most respondents agree with the statement. Following that, 9 respondents were neutral with the statement and 6 respondents disagreeing with the statement, with 4 disagreeing and 2 strongly disagreeing with it. This answer shows that most respondents agree with the question, with 14 agreeing and 2 strongly agreeing to the statement. We're moving on to the next presenter.
Okay, so I'll be explaining about the results from chart 13 to chart 16. So for chart 13, we have asked the respondent about whether AI art has been on the same level as human drawn art now. So on the left is the AI art, and on the right is the human drawn art. So as you can see, there is a total of 18 people who disagree that they are on the same level, and 12 people who agreed to it, with the additional of 1 people have no feelings towards it. So for those who disagree with it, some of them have given their explanation of why they do not think so. First is that AI art lacks the personal touch and emotions, as you can see in the images. And the next one would be the difference in the way how AI art and human-made art are created and perceived by people. Continuing on will be for those who agree that they are on the same level. As you can see in terms of how it was drawn, their line art, it looks almost similar, just that there was lacking some emotional feelings to it only. So in conclusion, most people disagree that AI art is on the same level as human drawn art. So in chart 14, we have asked respondents on whether AI art could be a concept art pipeline for artists in the future. As you can see in the chart, majority of the people agree with the statement itself, with 15 people agreeing, 5 people disagreeing, and 11 people have neutral thoughts toward it. In the 15 people who agrees it, there are 6 people who strongly agrees with the statement, and in 5 people who disagree with the statement, there are 2 people who strongly disagree with the statement itself. As conclusion, majority of the people believe that AI art could be a concept art pipeline in the future. Moving on will be the chart 15. In chart 15, we have asked the respondent on whether AI art has triggered emotional feelings or their imaginations. So as you can see in the chart, majority of the people agree with the statement, which have 18 people agreeing that AI art does trigger their emotional response and their imagination. Amongst the 18 people, there are 7 people who strongly agrees with it. Next one will be the people who disagree with it, which there are 6 people, with only 3 people who are strongly disagreeing with the statement itself. Of course, finally, there are 7 people who have neutral thoughts towards the statement. As conclusion, majority of the people agrees that this AI art can trigger their emotional response and their imagination. In chart 16, we asked respondents on whether they are willing to purchase AI art over human art if AI art were to be sold on a cheaper price. As you can see in the chart below, majority of the people are not even sure if they will buy AI art even at a low price, with 19 people stating that maybe they will buy AI art if it was at a lower price. 4 people completely refuses to purchase AI art, and 8 people who are willing to purchase AI art if it were to be cheaper than human drawn art. As conclusion, majority are ambiguous towards whether they should buy AI art if it were to be cheaper than human art.
Okay, so the following pie chart reviews the respondents' opinion on the possibility of AI replacing artists. As you can see from the pie chart itself, in general, the majority of respondents do not believe that AI replace artists. 14 respondents do not believe AI replace artists. And among those who disagreed with this statement, 9 of them strongly disagreed with this possibility, and 5 simply just disagreed. On the other hand, 10 respondents do believe that AI will replace artists, with 7 simply agreeing with it, while 3 strongly agreeing with the statement. And finally, 7 respondents have no strong opinion on this matter. So, in conclusion, the majority of respondents do not believe AI replace artists. And then the following bar chart reviews the respondents' opinion on the difference in the value of AI art and human-made art. As you can see from the bar chart, almost all respondents agree with the statement. Furthermore, some of the respondents who agreed with this statement also gave an explanation as to why they agreed with this statement. And the respondents feel that human-made art is more expressive. It conveys unique perspectives by the artist, and it also displays the emotional growth, the artistic skill growth of the artist throughout their career, which AI may lack these qualities. And only 2 respondents do not believe that there's any difference in value between AI art and human-made art. And moving on, this following bar chart illustrates the respondents' opinion on the ethical issue on the use of AI art. As you can see here, the majority of respondents do believe that AI could cause ethical issues, with 18 out of 31 respondents thinking AI would cause ethical issues. Why do these respondents think that AI would cause ethical issues? It's because they are mostly concerned about copyright infringement issues, where they are also concerned about situations where the original artists are not informed about the use of their art in AI generated work. Moving on, there's also several people who disagreed with the possibility of ethical issue on the use of AI art, with 8 simply just disagreeing and another 4 disagreeing and giving an explanation for it. The people who disagreed and gave an explanation for it said that the use of AI could enhance the art process. So there isn't really an ethical issue in their mind. And finally, 4 of them have no opinion on this issue. Moving on to chart 20 and the final question of this survey, which is the respondents' opinion on AI being a passing trend, or is it a useful tool of the future? As you can see from the chart, the majority of respondents do believe that AI art is a useful tool in the future. And this indicates there's a growing sense of interest and recognition of the AI potential of AI in art. On the other hand, there's 8 respondents who believe that AI art is just a passing trend. And this illustrates a growing skepticism among some people about the true capability of AI art.
So I'll be talking about the suggestions that we have come up with that could possibly improve our survey further. One of the suggestions is analyzing students' awareness towards AI technology in art space. When we are doing our survey, we have found out that almost 33% of the students answered neutral through the collections of questions in the survey. One of the charts have shown this result, which is whether do they like AI generated art or not, with 32% of the people answering neutral. There are many other questions which also shown similar results too. We can assume that maybe because of this, we can find that almost 33% of the people are not even aware that AI art even existed. But that is not the 100% way to know that whether they have the knowledge towards this topic itself. So to mitigate this problem, we can create one question to obtain the data on the amount of people who are aware about AI art before even answering the survey itself. The purpose of this thing is to analyze if the discussed topic is well known or maybe we should actually pay more attention towards it. One of the example questions that we can put into the survey in the future is that before answering the survey, were you even aware of AI art itself with a yes or no option? Next one will be focusing on certain samples when we are giving out surveys. So when we're doing this survey, if you notice on our demographic questions, we have a large variety of samples of faculties, which are FISE, FBMP, SESS, IMS, and SHCA. Majority of these faculties, which are SESS, IMS, and SHCA, have no relations with IT or art itself. This means that they are basically almost unaware or have no opinion towards AI to begin with. So in order to solve this problem, we can just focus more on towards IT related faculties when we are giving out this survey, which we can give out more surveys towards FISE students itself, or art related faculties, which are SHCA students. This way we can get more valuable data that could be obtained as these students would have more idea or opinions towards the AI art itself. For example, for questions like whether AI art is ethical, we can get more information or more results understanding whether it is actually an ethical issue or not. As you can see in this result, out of 30 people, only 13 of them have even used this AI generating tool itself. And 61% of these 13 people are FISE students. This shows that asking more FISE students to answer this survey would help us improve this survey itself.
So for the conclusion, throughout this survey, it can be concluded that most of the students in MSU agreed that AI art is going to be a useful tool in the future. In this case, as most respondents were from the faculty of FISE, their enthusiasm in the new and emerging field of artificial intelligence would be naturally high. In addition, there is also a number of respondents from the faculty of FBMP, where AI art can help them in the work by providing them easily available pictures or images, which they can use in decorating their presentation slides. Other than that, the objective to gain knowledge about AI art and creating survey for the students has also been achieved. So the reason this topic has been chosen is because the AI art has created concerns about creativity and ownership on an art that has been done by the artist. One of the reasons is because, according to artists, the absence of precise rules and norms governing AI generated art would result in an obscure ownership and authorship situation.